ready to go. Now that I am waiting for my dream reborn to come, I decided to dive back in with Instagram, dive back in with YouTube, and really give you guys some quality content that you will love. So without further ado, let's get started. Before, I just want to mention, if you haven't come this way from Instagram, make sure you head over that way now. Give my Reborn Instagram page where you'll get updates for videos, everything like that. Reborn Loves 92. Go give that a follow. And then my Reborn Roleplay, if you like that, that is littlefamily.bigdreamers. Head over that way too. You'll see a lot more storyline content there than you will on my Reborn Loves 92 page. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that bell so you can get all the awesome updates for all the videos that are to come. So now let's get started. Today's video, we are going to talk about how to prepare for a reborn baby. This is the process that I go through before I start buying everything. It kind of gives me a good idea, it gives me a better time frame, and it kind of just gives me more structure when it comes to what I'm looking for. So the first step is figuring out what you're looking for in a reborn. This is a super important step because this is what can make or break your bond with that reborn. You want to make sure that you find that reborn that fits what you're looking for, that fits what you want, and the look and everything. So this is the first step that I really like to follow because I am very picky when it comes to what I'm looking for. So figure out what you want. Do you want a boy reborn? Do you want a girl? Do you want a fantasy baby? Figure that out. Next step, you're going to figure out the size of the baby. Do you want a newborn size, toddler size, kid size even? Do you want somewhere in between? That's kind of where I went with it. Newborn was too small for me. Toddler, I don't really have the space for. So I went in between with like 3 to 6 month size. It's kind of the perfect size because in a real baby, that's the size that they start becoming more interactive, becoming more playful. They're more aware of things and they play more and they learn to sit up there, everything like that. So this is like the perfect age for all of that. That's kind of why I went with this size kit for me. Also, you want to figure out your budget. That's something big for me, is figuring out that budget, just because in the past with reborns, I've always liked to have a specific budget frame for it for the artist, so I never overspent. With this one, I didn't really have a budget just because this was my dream baby and most likely my only one in my collection. We'll see though. So I kind of was just like, you know what? Go for it. Whatever it is, just as long as it doesn't go over 1,000. And that was where I was at with that. So next step is check out different websites for your kits. If you didn't come across a picture that you liked and you were like, this is the kit that I want, then start looking for kits. McPherson's is a Canadian-based website and company that offer kits, reborning products, all of that fun stuff. That's over there. You can also check out Bountiful Baby. That is another, I'm not sure where they're located, but that is another website for more budget-friendly kits, I would say. Their price point is a lot lower than McPherson's, but their quality is still really good. And again, they offer the kits, they offer reborning supplies, everything like that. Next, you can search Google image, just search reborn baby doll, reborn baby girl, whatever you're looking for, just go ahead and search it. Or go on Instagram, search the reborn baby tag. That's a little bit trickier, I've come to find, because when I search the reborn baby tag, a lot of times the owner of that reborn doesn't put the specific kit that it is, and then I still have to do research myself. That's when I usually step to Google or Pinterest, because usually in the description below it, it shows what the kit is, even sometimes who the artist is, so you can go find more pictures. So next, now that you've kind of figured all of that out, you're going to start researching your artist. This part is really important because different artists, they all have different techniques, all different strategies, all different skill levels. So you want to find the skill level, the technique, everything that you're looking for and what's right for you. If you want something that's super hyper realistic, or you're okay with some realism, or you're just looking for it all. Whatever you're looking for, you know? Okay, so I look on Facebook, Etsy, Instagram. You can also look on eBay. I know that they have a lot on there as well. You want to check into reviews for those artists. You can check into them if they have an Etsy or an eBay page. They'll have the reviews right there. Or you can even check on Instagram if that's where you found your artist. That's what I did with my artist personally. I went to, you know, whatever Reborn that I saw that was like, oh, I love this one, and I went to go look at the comments to see, or if the tags, if the collector was tagged in them. So it kind of helped me gauge, you know, the communication level, the skill level, everything like that, which helped me pick my artist, who I ended up picking out, and I absolutely love her. If you're looking for your artist, go check out Camellan_creations on Instagram. She's also on Etsy. I highly recommend her. She's like absolutely phenomenal. So when you're looking for all of that, you want to look for what you like when you're looking for your artist. Is there realism? Is it rooted hair, painted hair? You know, look for all those things. That's really important to what you want in your Reborn as well, because if it's coming across in the picture, it'll come across in person. Get quotes from people. Do not be scared to get quotes. If you know that you only have a specific price point that you can reach, make sure that it's within that price point when you ask them. Don't be afraid to. You know, I've reached out to an artist before, and, you know, they've made a post later on about if you reach out for a quote, you better intend on buying. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. And that kind of made me scared of it. And I kind of still think about that a lot when I do reach out for quotes. But you wouldn't go to get a car and buy the first one off the lot. You would shop around for other cars first, right? So it's the same situation here. You want to make sure you're getting the best you can for your money, especially if you're within a tight budget. So while you're looking for an artist, a good thing to do is to figure out the look that you're looking for. If you're like me and you just come across a picture and you're like, oh, I like this picture, and you go off of that, good. Or if you're still looking, you're like, I don't know, I kind of like this skin tone versus this one, or this hair color versus this one. I want curls, I want straight. Now's the time to look for all those pictures, so when you do book with your artist, you can point all those out to her or to your artist. So when you go to book your artist now, make sure you are paying through a reputable source. I will only ever use PayPal just because PayPal protects you if anything goes wrong. And it also protects the artist on their end if anything goes wrong with the buyer. It's just safer. PayPal has their own rules and policies that you have to follow. So that way, if anything were to go wrong, you can get your money back, and the artist is also protected with their financial standpoint as well. So once you pay safely, if they offer you through like Western Union, Cash App, or money order, please don't do that. It's just not safe. You're not protected. Look for something that you're protected by, so you know that you can get your money back if something were to happen. So you've paid everything. Send over the pictures that you picked out. Talk to your artist about them. Communicate with them. Say, hey, I really like this look, but I want this hair, and I want these birthmarks and everything like that. Now remember, if you send an artist a specific skin tone picture and say, hey, I want my Reborn to look exactly like this, it's very tricky, even for a good artist, from what I've learned, to exactly duplicate that skin tone that you're looking for. They can get very, very close, and honestly close to the point that you don't even really notice the difference. But it's very hard because Genesis heat set paints are all mixed. So they'll take the red and the blue and the purple and the yellows, mix them all together to create your skin tone. So it's really difficult unless they have the exact formula that the original artist used to really get that skin tone. So just keep that in mind, but a good artist, like the one I used, will get it very, very close. And then ask questions. Be open. Say, hey, can I get some progress pictures along the way so I can see how everything's going? If you're like me, you're a nervous person, ask for them. Don't be scared to ask. It's okay. That way you can also communicate and say, hey, you know, can you add a little bit more shading here, or a little bit more pink there, or maybe another birthmark here, or a freckle over here, just to make sure before it's sealed that everything that you're looking for is getting put onto that vinyl before the final sealing of it. Once they seal it, it's really hard to undo it because you have to strip the kit, and it could cause damage to the vinyl, which makes it hard for the paint to be reapplied again. So just keep that in mind. If you need to see progress pictures along the way because you're very particular about it, don't hesitate to ask. Also, ask for a time frame. Say, you know, when you get that kit, how long is it going to take for you to finish it? Okay, so you get the time frame, let's say 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know. Let's say you have a couple weeks to a month for this kit to come home. At least you know now how long you have to prepare. which for me personally, I like having that time frame because it calms my fear, so I know, oh, okay, it's taking a little bit longer, but that's okay because the artist told me that that's how long it's going to take. Like for right now, my kit, she's coming all the way from South Africa. My artist let me know ahead of time that because of everything with COVID and shipping and mail and everything like that right now, it's going to take longer. It's probably going to take around a month. So I'm not as nervous. Despite the horror stories I've heard about things happening with reborns getting lost in the mail, everything, I'm not as nervous that it hasn't updated because I already know that it's going to take me that long because she kept that communication open with me. That's kind of all I really have to say for the first half of this. The second half, we're going to dive more into nesting. Nesting is basically that time frame of, for me at least, when the kit's ordered to when I receive the kit. It's when you start buying everything, getting your setup put together, whether it's an entire nursery room that you're getting or, you know, a small corner in your room or in your closet. Now is the perfect ideal time to get all of that put together. So, like I said, the next video, I'm going to cover all of that, cover my process with it, just how I stay organized with it all to prepare everything that I'm going to do. So, until next time, see you guys. Bye!